What I tell you about building forts in my warehouse?
Hey everybody, welcome to The Office Field Guide. My name's Chris and I'm reviewing every episode of The Office ever, and today we're looking at Casual Friday.
I'm thinking maybe a coup, or we take Ryan hostage.
So today we're going to be talking about some connections to other episodes, we're going to talk about Toby, and we're going to talk about this.
What's wrong with my outfit?
And spoiler warning for all of The Office ahead, and with that, let's get raw.
Meredith, your boob is out.
Fine.
I understand nothing.
Casual Friday was written by Anthony Farrell, who did direct this other episode of The Office. But was a long-term writer for the show, and it was directed by Brent Forrester. Some of those are going to come up later, so keep that in mind. So this cold opening.
I'm serious about this stuff. I'm up the night before, pressing garlic and dicing whole tomatoes.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that yet. I have a lot to say about that one, but we're going to get there. So this episode serves as a segue from the Michael Scott Paper Company shakeup and business as usual.
Well, it is business, but not as usual.
I'm just trying to bridge the gap between what just happened and the fact that I'm going to be doing the rest of the presentation.
Also, Casual Friday serves as the spiritual resolution to the Michael Scott Paper Company arc. It seems to pick up right where that episode left off. Maybe like the next morning.
It's Michael Scott.
I think an episode we were robbed of is one in which we get to overhear the three-way phone conversation, or at least a conference room meeting, in which Michael, Pam, and Ryan discuss the different ways to make their grand entrance.
It's cupcakes and strippers all the way down.
Okay.
The meat of this episode, though, is about people coping with the divide that's occurred between the two sales groups, with Michael ultimately realizing that he did, in fact, cause some damage to win his quest.
You thought you were attacking corporate, but we were the ones who got hurt. You always said we were a family. Then you went after us.
All of this is a setup, with the B-plot of this episode running through a typical day of Casual Friday.
Let's talk about clothing.
Which is interesting, because we know that The Office used to have Casual Fridays.
He loves the way he looks in those jeans. I know that's why he started Casual Fridays.
But it seems that Charles probably removed that. Just one more thing against the man. But Michael is here.
The bad man is gone. Charles is gone.
And now they can go back to Casual Fridays. But just looking at these outfits, there is an interesting thing with their characters. Creed's dressed like a cult leader.
I've been involved in a number of cults, both as a leader and a follower. You have more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader.
Phyllis and Pam apparently shop at the same place.
Boscov's at the Steamtown Mall.
And neither of them really seem to embody the philosophy of this outfit. I don't know if philosophy is the right word. I'd love to hear from some costume designers or from Forrester himself on the thought process behind having them both wear this outfit.
Phyllis just stole all of my ideas.
But Phyllis typically wears stuff like this, and this really doesn't seem to be Pam's style either. And before you say, hey, this is an old show, I mean, it filmed in late 08, early 09, so I can tell you that this is a strange cardigan thing that wasn't popular ever. Maybe it was, I don't know.
Close your mouth, sweetie. You look like a trout.
Anyway, Stanley looks like a basketball coach.
Secret weapon!
Andy's shirt looks like it was bought at some preppy version of Hot Topic.
That's because you're a preppy freak, you're the office pariah, and nobody likes you.
Kelly looks like
J-Lo.
And I think Aaron asked to borrow that outfit later. Can we find that clip? And Meredith.
No.
Right, we all know that one. It actually inspires some great Halloween costumes, but I do think it's interesting the way that they kept her pretty hidden throughout the episode until that midway reveal.
Damn it, Meredith. Where are your panties? It's casual day.
Oscar's main offense is bare toes, which some people really have a problem with.
I don't need to see Oscar's toes at work. Gross. I mean, he looks like he just got off the boat.
Then we also get some great character reinforcement stuff here with Dwight's Casual Friday is just no necktie, and Angela's version is baring her elbows in a black dress. Also love how elated she is when Toby cancels Casual Friday.
Casual Fridays are canceled.
What?
Let's just not.
You can't cancel a holiday.
And Tobes is sporting a sweet Costa Rica hoodie, which is a salad callback, in an episode with a lot of solid callbacks with Devil Wears Prada.
Do I rent Devil Wears Prada again?
Michael just rented The Devil Wears Prada.
The Casual Friday stuff from season 2 I already mentioned. Another reminder that Ryan's mom is his main form of transportation.
Because his mom drives him to work every day.
And the mugs. Which is awesome how the show goes out of their way to continue to throw Ryan under the bus. I mean, it has to mean something that it's the mug with his face on it that has Dwight's urine in it, right?
Oh God, I hope it's urine.
Which is cool, but what's more concerning is that Toby's college degree says California Coastal College.
Calculating.
And yeah, there's no such thing as California Coastal College. There is a California Coastal University, so this might be some multiverse weirdness, some writers making a joke about something that no one gets, or maybe his degree is fake.
What college did you go to, Mike?
Sit down or I'm writing you up.
Now, why would somebody have to make up a fake degree?
Guys, it's a really big deal.
I might blow this building up.
Yeah, I'll just say it again, Toby is not the Scranton Strangler. He's not resolved enough. Here's this scene where he's basically ruining everyone's day.
You don't understand clothing, Toby.
There's not a single appropriate outfit in this whole except mine, quite honestly.
But here's how that scene originally ended.
Okay, just wear whatever you want. They're back on. They're not.
Woo! Toby!
Doesn't seem like the type of man that would strangle somebody, but I guess you never know. But I was talking about callbacks, and the granddaddy of them all is this.
Is this a joke? Michael, is this... Did I get the job? You're a jerk!
This was a fake firing.
And we even close out with getting the new receptionist in on the fun here.
No one here likes you in the office, and we are going to have to let you go.
I don't know if that was intended to be a meta joke, but I've always thought this was a clever way of the writers were fishing for comments online about how people felt about Aaron sticking around and the main cast.
Do they not like me though?
I don't know, actually.
This does officially mark Pam's final days as a receptionist, and it's a bittersweet moment.
You're gonna be great.
Oh my God,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
I will not be sorry.
You should have seen your face.
And what a great place to dive into the deeper meaning.
What does a bean mean?
Someone please explain it to Kevin.
Right, so a couple episodes ago, I said this. I think this episode takes a look at the ramping up nature of human conflict and a view into its victims. Once betrayal is detected, an emotional reaction occurs in the name of justice. Then as humans do, we try to go after each other where it hurts. Thanks, Chris. You were looking pretty good that day.
Handsome, sexy man.
Vamping.
Hey.
And that's exactly what we're seeing play out in Casual Friday. Michael comes in having made the enemies submit to his will. Victory was assured, and they now ride into town awaiting apologies and celebrations. But none are found here.
I call foul, sir.
Okay.
I was really thinking hard for a metaphor on how to set up Michael's expectations of how amazing he thought this experience was going to be and how rough it turned out. But then I realized the writers already came up with a great one.
It's a recipe passed down from Malone's for generations.
I'm going to get way more into this during the ratings section, but this cold opening is glorious. But this glorious, out-of-the-blue, iconic, soul-crushing, yet amazing cold opening is perfectly placed here in Casual Friday. And that's because it perfectly foreshadows the chaos of what's about to happen.
No matter how I look at this, I am in the wrong. And I have looked at this thing like 100 different ways. From my point of view, from their point of view, 98 others.
Kevin's coming in like he's on top of the world with almost an arrogance about himself. Alludes to all the ingredients becoming friends together, refined by the heat, and then cringe. So I'll give more of my thoughts and some background on that cold opening in the ratings section. But not only does the cold opening reinforce the message of this episode, so does the B plot. And it has layers on layers. First, the simplest, is a reminder of what impact Michael's absence has had on both companies. And Charles taking away Casual Fridays is nowhere near as hurtful as the things that Michael Scott Paper Company had to say to steal clients.
Isn't it what you said to a bunch of my clients when you were stealing them? That I didn't have enough time for them?
Oh,
And then beyond a reminder that damage has been wrought, is what Casual Fridays actually mean. It's a time to put aside the facades of the work culture, be real, get work done, and not worry about tie colors or uncomfortable shoes or other articles of clothing.
Happy?
No.
All of that is intended to reinforce the sense that this is a diffused and safe environment.
It's not safe. You don't have a license.
Baylor, I hardly know her.
Damn it, Michael. Pay attention, man.
Safe to share, safe to be yourself, safe to
apologize.
Yes, I do.
And in this diffused environment that everyone, save maybe Jim, is being judged.
There's not a single appropriate outfit in this whole except mine, quite honestly.
Moving from the metaphoric B plot to the main one, Michael's cause is overall neutral. There was good and there was bad. Pam's pursuit was to better herself, to grow past that ceiling that she perceived, which I think is admirable. And then Ryan. And while the dream team didn't start this fight, they sure did shut it down. And that's when Phyllis hits Michael right in the heart.
You always said we were a family. Then you went after us.
Why don't you just take that pen and stab me in the heart?
Look, I get it. Some fights need to be fought because some fights have to be won because the stakes are just too high.
Complimentary white chocolate bark.
Nobody likes this stuff except for you.
So I would say that the message of this episode then is to not forget the humans in the conflict.
People, right? And people will never go out of business.
I've been married to my wife for 15 years now, and I can't even tell you how many fights we've been in that have escalated for some really dumb reason. Casual bickering turns into war zones, with stupid things that are being said just to win at all costs.
Stop it! Stop it! Bickering! Stop it!
And it normally results in one of us having to set up a fort in the basement warehouse to apologize and make things right.
What I tell you about building forts in my warehouse?
So yeah, that's why I'm going with remember the humans in the conflict. But with that, let's rate this thing.
This is the worst!
Okay, so before we get there, like and subscribe. All that stuff really does help out the channel. Okay, the cold opening. Let's talk about this one. First, let's look at it in a couple different ways. One, as just a piece of comedy. Is this funny?
Passed down from Malone's for generations.
Yes. Yes, it is. Originally, they actually planned for 3 takes, but Brian got it in 1. In universe, there's no reason why this wouldn't have stained the carpet for forever. Maybe they have extremely good carpet cleaners in that universe, I don't know.
She doesn't do a very good job, obviously, because my office still reeks like you would not believe. I hate her.
But on set, the way that they pulled this off was a layer of plastic on top of the original carpet. Then they put another layer of carpet on top of that.
There is a hardwood floor underneath this carpeting. Why would they do that?
So that way the chili wouldn't soak through. But Brian did say that even after a couple showers, he still smelled like chili for the next couple days.
Still stinky. That is worse. She probably scrubbed it into the fibers of the
Tweed jacket.
Also, if you haven't seen it, Bush's did a great commercial playing on this.
Happy National Chili Day.
Scripted in this episode is that the chili would fall and that Kevin would get messy. Baumgartner actually improvised the rest. Also scripted was some of the office staff coming in and finding Kevin all covered in chili. But they thought that it was going to be more effective in the story and in the comedy if it was just this secret clumsiness. And I agree, it's both soul-crushing and delightful.
I usually don't enjoy the theater, but this is delightful.
And that's all as just a comedy. As a sequence from The Office, though, this office...
Well, there's green, blue, yellow, red.
So I have a question. Is this cold opening in line with the soul of this show? Kayleen didn't seem to think so. I couldn't find a quote directly from the horse's mouth, and forgive the idiom there, I think Kayleen is very pretty.
Oh.
But she reportedly stormed out of the writer's room when it was decided to lock this one in stone.
I hate it. I hate it.
The show is changing, and some of the old guard were trying to hold the line against the stress relief effect.
I'm serious about this stuff.
And look, I love this show. Give me a nuanced, uncomfortable situation, I'm gonna be amused. Show me a dim-witted accountant stewing around in his own creation, and I'm gonna be amused. And that also makes me think that was a whole metaphor for the show itself, a creator stewing around in their own creation. Anyway, I give this cold opening a 5 out of 5. Easily one of my top favorite cold openings of all time. Old guard or stress relief, this stuff's funny. As for the episode itself, I'm a little mixed on this one. The rest of this episode embodies The Office. Everyone's back together, and Michael is right back at the center of creating cringe. I only have one real technical criticism of this episode. Typically an A-plot of The Office is focused on just one character. I mean, we get the perspective of a lot of other characters, but we center around one. We follow Michael as he tries to fix racism in the office.
You'll notice I didn't have anybody be an Arab. I thought that would be too explosive.
We follow Dwight as he tries to identify the owner of the weed.
I am not only hoping to find the culprit of this heinous crime, I am praying to find the heinous culprit.
This episode's A-plot actually flips perspective a few times, and it makes this episode feel disjointed. For example, Jim doesn't have much to do in this episode. So they have him attend a mutiny meeting and then go tell on that mutiny meeting.
I will tell on you.
And then he's done. And I get it, you have this nice effective tool in the shed here and you want to use it.
Although he is a tool.
But the writing didn't dictate the need for that character, and I'd argue that flipping perspective there was damaging more than anything.
And bingo was his name. Let's go.
Challenge.
And while I think that's petty, I think it does lend to why the pacing seems a little odd in this one. Going for it though, barring the cold opening, this is an episode of The Office. You could pluck this idea and drop it straight into season 2 or season 3 with no problem.
The Schrute, Bernard, Lappin Vance, Stanley Paper Company.
Michael offending the office and everybody dealing with it, that's The Office. It's a good episode in a lot of ways, but maybe not the most enjoyable experience. Overall, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. But that's just what I think about Casual Friday. What are your thoughts? I want to hear from you in the comments. Next week, we're going to be talking about Cafe Disco.
Cafe Disco, more like crappy disco.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.